Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the GGrated.net live show episode 2, and again, I'm your host, the Iceman, and then today I've got my co-hosts with me, Sebastian and Hydra. How are you guys doing?
Hello,
Doing
yeah.
well.
Yeah, doing good.
Today's show is sure to be an epic show, especially with a lot of new news announcements that just came out. One of the most shocking ones that just was announced was IdrA will be leaving Korea and heading back to North America. What are your guys'
Yeah.
thoughts on this?
Go, Sebastian.
Wow. Well, I was just going to go with a quick wow, but essentially, I find this interesting much more than it is discouraging because I believe that IdrA, being the individual he is, has few really marketable skills apart from pro gaming, and I mean that in the bestest of ways. So he's
hmm
not giving up on StarCraft 2 by moving back. In fact, he will go wherever he can play StarCraft at the highest level. That has always been Korea. The guy is completely dedicated to the art, for bad or worse, and he will pursue that goal tirelessly. So him going back to the US means that he has got a better offer waiting him there than what is possible in Korea, and that should say
Yeah,
something.
Hmm.
yeah, I agree. But for me, just there's a plan behind all of this. As you guys know, we just been discussing this very briefly. There's those rumors around what InControl is planning. I mean, they're from the same team, from Evil Geniuses, and also there's another factor that might be interesting to add in is that I think that IdrA playing North American events, tournaments, and even showing up on Europe for some events, at least the bigger ones, he will probably profit more econ-wise, economically,
Yeah,
than the
more
the
more
amount
winnings
of
possible.
prices. Yeah, that then the amount of prices he's going to be able to gather only playing on in Korea and the GSL. He's going to have more chances. As a skilled player that he is, like it or not, like his attitude or his style or not, he knows what he's doing. So I think he stands better chances of winning events here in Europe and obviously in North America, and probably profit more from it.
Right. I know he talked about this a little bit before, where he wanted to attend DreamHack, and
hmm
he talked with GSL, and they told him that, oh yeah, sure, no problem, we'll schedule the matches around the DreamHack so you can make it to DreamHack, because he wanted to attend there, and he thought his chances were pretty good.
Yeah.
And then GOM TV just ended up screwing him in the end. I guess they didn't set the matches timing correctly, so I mean he didn't get a chance to go there. I'm not saying that this is like the full reason, but obviously he's going to get more freedom once he moves back to North America. He's going to have a lot larger scope of which tournaments he can attend, and I obviously think this has something to do with InControl's secret announcement that is going to be
Yeah.
released soon. The NASL.TV, the North American StarCraft League, which is just a
Yeah.
rumor so far, but
Hmm.
it's something to go on. But yeah, definitely something there, probably
There's
most likely coming.
As you guys know, that was like a really small rumor based on fairly simple commentaries that In Control did a while ago, and now it's growing out of proportions because now there's a website for that for the NASL.TV. If you go there, it has a counter counting the time. I think it's 5 days and some
4 hours,
hours.
4 days, 16 hours, 57 minutes, and
Yeah,
23 seconds.
Yeah,
yeah, and
it's
then
got a
and then
counter.
they're both from the same clan, from the same team, Team Evil Geniuses, and he's just heading back. And the idea that I get is, okay, they're just trying to gather the troops, get the big guns out, so they can just get into the scene with a blow and just show people how big this is. This is going to be in North America and hopefully later on in Europe and the rest of the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's be honest here. StarCraft 2 is blowing up all over the world, more than I would say Brood War was more focused in Korea, whereas
Yeah.
StarCraft 2, we're seeing a lot more coverage globally. So, I mean,
Mm.
this is just a great opportunity, and I think it's something that's going to blow up easily.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would say that the real news here is not that IdrA is leaving Korea. It is what is going to happen in most probably California
Mm.
in 4 or 5 days, because Jeff Robinson in control, who went to Korea to partake in the qualifying tournaments of the previous GSL, didn't make it, but he's still a very good Protoss. And I've
Yeah.
talked to him several times before. We even had a bit of a collaboration thing back in the last days of Brood War. He is very business minded. He is very skilled at StarCraft, but even more skilled at making the best out of opportunities that he has. And he has definite ideas of taking StarCraft 2 pro gaming to a different level. I tried to reach him for an interview today. Didn't quite manage so, but we'll have one shortly, I think. What InControl has to say will be much bigger than the fact that IdrA is going back.
Yeah.
Intel is behind Evil Geniuses.
Yeah,
They have lots of
lots
money.
of money. That's
Yeah.
one big time sponsor.
Yeah.
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 I
That's
mean,
true.
and just look at Blizzard's support of StarCraft 2 tournaments so far. So I mean, I I really don't see this not being profitable and business-like. So I'm sure it's a
Yeah.
good move in the long run.
Yeah.
We just
Okay.
have to wait till it pans out.
Sebastian, just tell me one thing. Do you think that In Control might be planning a position for himself where he's just managing the organization and the deal? Because you just told that he has that mind. It's very econ oriented. He's just trying to organize things. Can you picture him as a manager, just being behind this event, this NASL event, and organize stuff instead of playing and show up as a pro gamer?
Well, I can tell for certain that In Control is a late game player in all senses of the word. I can
Yeah.
definitely see him taking on a much larger role that will be, well, where he will have a lot more capacity and potential to really enforce a new evolution of StarCraft 2. He is a very good player, but I think it's safe to say that there are better players out there. In Control is very, very competitive. He used to be a heavyweight lifter because he can't go to the gym without trying to be the best. That's why he's so enormously huge. And
Yeah.
I'm sure he will always want to be playing StarCraft, but I think he has realized that his talents might be better suited for being the sort of perfect middle man, the link
Yeah.
between the
Yeah.
corporate capital who wants in on esports and the actual hardcore community. If they can meet, that person can be very rich. It can also be the one who's driving esports into something that won't be prostituted and turn into shit,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
actually develop into something good. In Control
Mm.
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
be a manager, a boss man, a shot caller,
He's definitely
more
one of
than he
those
will be
people
a
that
pro gamer.
you want to
Yeah.
have at the helm of these kind of organizations. He's a go-getter. He's somebody that can lead, take the charge and stuff. So, I mean, I really
Well,
Oh yeah.
I think at least that apparently this is the right time to do something in North America because it's still kind of unexplored. You know what I mean? Like there is some events and there's a lot of good players. There's a big community, but you don't see anything like close to the GSL. You don't even see anything close to like some of the big events in Europe. You have MLG, yeah, that occurs occasionally, not that as frequent as probably people wished. And maybe there's a gap there that In Control can grab and just make something big.
definitely.
Let's
Just
see what happens in just over 4 days.
well, something
Yeah,
I just want
yeah,
to run by you guys. I don't know if you saw that there's going to be the IdrA versus Jinro, the USD show match.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
Ironically
yeah.
enough, this is going to be happening February the 21st, I believe.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that just so happens to be right near around the time when this counter hits. So do you think it might have possibly anything to do with that? This might be something to lead off the event. Who knows?
Yes.
Well, to me, sounds like a farewell party. You know what I mean? Like last game, play there, and then he's gonna head back into the US and start a new life, a new StarCraft 2 life. But yeah, should be a really nice matchup. I want to see that, no questions asked.
Definitely. What
Okay,
about you, Sebastian? Any thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's fairly clear that this will be the launch party of whatever In Control is planning. It may not be exactly the North American Star League as we think it will be, but it will be close enough and just as awesome. And I think it's very interesting to note that IdrA, who's qualified for the Code S, he reached round of 8 last time, is choosing not to play another season, having another shot at the title in the chance of winning 50k. because he has a fair chance to reach at least round of 8 again. He's choosing to not do that and go home straight away. It's going to be a damn good reason for him doing so.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Definitely agreed.
Just one more comment to add to this. If you guys read that GOM TV announcement, they did an announcement related with IdrA just leaving. They added a mention there saying that his spot is going to be open, but it's not going to be filled by any other player. Whoever gets selected to play against him on the GSL will just get a bye. That's what's going to happen.
I guess they were not prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a surprise even for them, yeah.
Most likely. All right, well, with that, do you guys want to move into our next topic? We can talk about the Winter Assembly LAN tournament that happened in Helsinki, Finland over this past weekend.
Well, if I may start off by saying, please someone else kick this off, because I had to work a lot and therefore I hardly got to see any of it. So with that grief in mind, Roger, why don't you tell us all about it?
I'm sorry, I was completely distracted.
We were just saying that we're going to talk about the Winter Assembly LAN series that just happened over the weekend, and Sebastian was saying that